10. 3. C. What is my name? Have you noticed how your father calls your mother? Does he use her name or not? How do the neighbors address her? Does anyone address by her name? What about your grandmother? In this story, P. Satyavati describes how a woman forgets her own name since no one addresses her by name. How does a woman gain her identity by name, by marriage, by motherhood, by education, by profession, or by anything else? Read the story keeping these questions in mind. A young woman before being a housewife. A woman educated and cultured and intelligent and capable, quick-witted, with a sense of humor and elegance. Falling for her beauty and intelligence, as also the dowry which her father offered, a young man tied the 3 sacred knots around her neck, made her the housewife to a household and said to her, "Look, Madhu, this is your home." Then the housewife immediately pulled the end of her sari and tucked it in at the waist and swabbed the entire house and decorated the floor with Magulu designs. The young man promptly praised her work. "You are dexterous at swabbing the floor, even more dexterous in drawing the Magulu. Sabash, keep it up." He said it in English, giving her a pat on the shoulder in appreciation. Overjoyed, the housewife began living with swabbing as the chief mission in her life. She scrubbed the house spotlessly clean at all times and beautifully decorated it with multicolored designs. That's how her life went on, with a sumptuous and ceaseless supply of swabbing clothes and Magulu baskets. But one day while scrubbing the floor, the housewife suddenly asked herself, "What is my name?" The query shook her up. Leaving the mopping cloth and the Muggu basket there itself, she stood near the window scratching her head, lost in thoughts. What is my name? What is my name? The house across the road carried a name board, Mrs. M. Suhasini, M.A. Ph.D. Principal, X College. Yes, she too had a name as her neighbor did. How could I forget like that? In my scrubbing zeal I have forgotten my name. What shall I do now? The housewife was perturbed. Her mind became totally restless. Somehow she finished her daubing for the day. Meanwhile, the maidservant arrived. Hoping at least she would remember, the housewife asked her, "Look, Ammai, do you know my name?" "What is it, Amma?" said the girl. "What do we have to do with names of mistresses? You are only a mistress to us, the mistress of such and such a white storied house, ground floor means you." "Yes, true, of course, how can you know, poor thing?" thought the housewife. The children came home from school for lunch in the afternoon. At least the children might remember my name, the housewife hoped. "Look here, children, do you know my name?" she asked. They were taken aback. "You are Amma, your name is Amma only. Ever since we were born we have known only this. The letters that come are only in father's name because everyone calls him by his name. We know his name. You never told us your name. You don't even get letters addressed to your name," the children said plainly. "Yes, who will write letters to me? Father and mother are there, but they only make phone calls once in a month or two. Even my sisters are immersed with swabbing their houses. Even if they met me in some marriage or kumkum ceremony, they chatted away their time talking about new magulu or new dishes to cook, but no letters." The housewife was disappointed and grew more restless. The urge to know her own name somehow or the other grew stronger in her. Now a neighbor came to invite her to a kumkum ceremony. The housewife asked her neighbor, hoping she at least would remember her name. Giggling, the lady said, "Somehow or other I haven't asked your name, nor have you told me." Right hand side, white storied house, oh there she is, that pharmaceutical company manager's wife. If not that fair and tall lady. That's how we refer to you, that's all. That's all that the other housewife could say. It's no use. What can even my children's friends say? They know me only as Kamala's mother or some auntie. Now my respected husband is the only hope. If anyone remembers it, it is only he. During the night meal, she asked him, "Look here, I have forgotten my name. If you remember it, will you please tell me?" The respected husband burst out laughing and said, "What is it, dear? Never has it happened before. You are talking about your name today. Ever since we were married I have got used to calling you only as Yemba. You too never told me not to address you that way because you have a name of your own. What's happened now? Everyone calls you Mrs. Murthy, don't they?" "Not Mrs. Murthy, I want my own name. What shall I do now?" she said in anguish. "What's there? You choose a new name, some name or other," the husband advised. "Very nice, your name is Satyanarayana Murthy. Will you keep quiet if I ask you change your name to Siva Rao or Sundara Rao?" "I want my name only," she said. "It's all right, you are an educated woman, your name must be on the certificates. Don't you have that much common sense? Go and find out," he advised her. The housewife searched frantically for her certificates in the almirah: pattu saris, chiffon saris, handloom saris, boil saris, matching blouses, petticoats, bangles, beads, pins, kumkumbarinas, silver plates, silver containers to keep sandalwood paste, ornaments, all things arranged in an orderly fashion. Nowhere could she find her certificates. Yes, after marriage she had never bothered to carry those certificates here. Yes, I haven't brought them here. I shall go to my place, search for my certificate, and inquire about my name, and return in a couple of days. She asked her husband's permission. Very nice. Must you go just for your name or what? If you go, who will scrub the house these 2 days? Said her lord. Yes, that was true, because she scrubbed better than the others. She had not allowed anyone else to do that job all these days. Everyone was busy with his or her own respective duties. He had his office, poor things, the children had their studies to take care of. Why should they bother about this chore? And she had been doing it all along, they just didn't know how to do it, of course. But still, how to live without knowing one's name? It was all right all these days since the question had not occurred to her. Now it was really hard to live without a name. Just for 2 days you manage somehow or other, until and unless I go and get my name, I shall find it difficult to live, she pleaded with her husband, and managed to get out of the house. Why, dear daughter, have you come so suddenly? Are your children and husband all right? Why have you come alone? Behind affectionate inquiries of the father and the mother there was a strain of suspicion. Recollecting immediately the purpose of her visit, the housewife asked her mother most pitifully, Amar, tell me, what is my name? What is it, Amar? You are our elder daughter. We give you education up to BA. And get you married with 50,000 rupees as dowry. We took care of your 2 deliveries each time. We alone bore the expenses of the maternity home. You have 2 children. Your husband has a good job, a very nice person. 2 your children are well mannered. It's not my history, Amar, it's my name I want. At least tell me where my certificates are. I don't know, child. Recently we cleaned out the almirah of old papers and files and arranged some glassware in their place. Some important files we kept in the attic. We shall search for them tomorrow. Now what is the hurry? Don't worry about them. Take good bath and have your meal, child, said the housewife's mother. The housewife took a good bath and ate her meal, but she could not sleep. While scrubbing the house, humming happily, joyously, and making magulu, she had never thought that she would have to face so many difficulties like this by forgetting her own name. Dawn broke, but the search for the certificates among the files in the attic had not ended. Now the wife asked everyone she met. She asked the trees, the anthills, the pond, the school where she had studied, the college. After all the shouting and the wailing, she met a friend and succeeded in recovering her name. That friend was also like her, married, and a housewife like her, but she had not made swabbing the sole purpose of her life. Scrubbing was only a part of her life. She remembered her name and the names of her friends. This particular friend recognized our housewife. Sharada, my dear Sharada. She shouted and embraced her. The housewife felt person totally parched and dried up, about to die of thirst, getting a drink of cool from the new earthen kuja poured into her mouth with a spoon and given thus anew. The friend did indeed give her a new life. You are Sharada. You came first in our school in the 10th class. You came first in the music competition conducted by the college. You used to paint good pictures too. We were 10 friends all together. I meet all of them some time or other. We write letters to each other. Only you have gone out of our reach. Tell me, why are you living incognito? Her friend confronted her. Yes, Pramila, what you say is true. Of course I'm Sharada until you said it. Could not remember it all. The shelves of my mind were taken up with only one thing, how well I can scrub the floors. I remembered nothing else. Had I not met you, I would have gone mad, said the housewife named Sharada. Sharada returned home, climbed the attic and fished out her certificates, the pictures she had drawn, old albums, everything she succeeded in getting out. She also searched further and managed to find the prizes she had received in school and college. Overjoyed, she returned home. You have not been here, look at the state of the house, it's like a choultry. Oh, what a relief you are here, now it is like a festival for us. Said Sarada's husband. Just scrubbing the floor does not make a festival. By the way, from now onwards don't call me Emoy, Gimoy. My name is Sharada, call me Sharada, understood? Having said that, she went inside, humming joyously. Sharada, who had always cared so much for discipline, keeping an eye on every corner, checking if there was dust, making sure things were properly arranged each in its correct and respective order, now sat on the sofa which had not been dusted for the last 2 days. She sat there showing the children an album of her paintings that she had brought for them. Thank you so much. All AP 10th English textbook exercise quizzes are given at the description. K. Nagaraju. Essay. English.